In today's video, we're going to review another brand made by a very well-known YouTuber in the fashion space. The creator I'm referring to is Alex Costa. He's a really well-known YouTuber and his fashion advice is really great. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you've probably followed him or were interested in his brand, Aetos Apparel. Aetos Apparel did a pre-order and I was able to pick up 3 items from the drop. If you picked up 3 items together, you got a bundle. I picked up 2 short sleeve shirts and 1 long sleeve shirt. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Leave a thumbs up on this video and also share it with other people out there who might be interested in Aetos Apparel by Alex Costa. I recommend watching the full video, but if you're interested in a certain part, there's timestamps down below for you. First, let's talk about what I picked up and how much I paid for it. I picked up 3 items because, as I mentioned earlier, if you picked up 3 items, you got a bundle discount. First up, we have the short sleeve white and black t-shirt, which came in at $39 USD each. And then we have the steel blue long sleeve t-shirt, which came in at $44 USD. For purchasing 3 items together, I got an $18.30 discount. That pretty much covered the cost of shipping because I'm out in Canada. I ended up paying $19 for shipping to me. In total, I paid $122.82 USD for these 3 t-shirts behind me. I know that's a lot for t-shirts, but at the end of the day, they're supposed to be higher quality and also have an augmented fit, which we'll talk about a little later in the video. One thing to note is that I didn't end up paying any duties when I received these items, so that was a bonus. Before we talk about the t-shirts, let's talk about the packaging. All the t-shirts will arrive in this little bag over here, which says Aetos Apparel in the front and Augmented Essentials. On the back, you'll notice that it says stop bolded over here and then a few words from Alex Costa. First up is access to the masterclass, which will actually show you how to style these t-shirts over here. Second is a few things about how to care for the t-shirt. And the third is a thank you from Alex Costa on making his dreams come true about starting his own clothing line. Inside the packaging is this little handwritten note that's been photocopied by Alex. If you want to read the entire thing, you can pause it over here, or I'm just going to summarize it for you. First up, it says thank you for your patience because this was a pre-order and it took some time to arrive. Secondly, it says that his goal with the brand was to make you feel like $1 million without having to spend it, and essentially to tag the brand on Instagram. Third is that they're working on more items for their next collection drop, and also to email them with any feedback you might have on the t-shirts that you purchased. Since one of the biggest things about Aetos Apparel is the fact that it's connected to Alex Costa, it's nice to see this personal touch from him, especially because this was his first collection. Now let's have a closer look at the t-shirts themselves. The only branding on this t-shirt is the Aetos Apparel tag on the inside. And if you're seeing this on screen right now, it is not a crease. This is the augmented feature about the t-shirts. These are essentially to help you have a slimmer appearance when you wear them. Before trying these pieces on, I'm going to quickly go over my dimensions. I am 5'5", 135 pounds, and I have a slim build. Now that we got that out of the way, let's try each one of these on. What you guys are seeing on screen right now is the augmented t-shirts. Over here are the seams that help it look like I have a slimmer appearance. This is a size small, so I am a little surprised by how long the t-shirt is. This is where my waist is, and this is where the t-shirt ends. I'm kind of surprised that the t-shirt isn't slightly shorter, because in one of Alex's videos, he did mention that he wears a size medium in this because this fits more true to length compared to other t-shirts offered by standard brands. So I was a little disappointed to see how long the t-shirt was for a size small. Granted, I am only 5'5", and maybe if you were average height, this would actually look normal on you. To give you guys a closer look, this is how the neck looks over here. We're going to talk more about the neck a little bit later in the video. No, it is not being dragged down by the mic. This is actually how it fits on me. What you guys are seeing now is a close-up of the sleeve. As you can see here, there's a little bit of fabric that leaves room in the back, which doesn't make it look as flattering as it would if it was a little tighter. Having it a little tighter would actually accentuate your triceps even if you don't work out too much. So something that I dislike about the t-shirt is because of the augmented seam, when you lift up your arms, you have all this excess fabric. It really doesn't look as nice, and unless you're keeping your arms by your side the entire day, it doesn't look that great. What you guys are seeing on screen right now is the steel blue augmented long sleeve tee. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this doesn't look like steel blue to me. It looks a little bit brighter, more towards powder blue than steel blue. So I was a little disappointed to see this color when I opened up the packaging compared to what I saw online. Here's a close-up action of the neck again. This is how it fits, and it's not the mic dragging it down. So with long sleeves, one of the most important things is to see the length of the sleeve itself. It's not too bad. Considering I'm a shorter guy and it ends over here on me, it's not the worst thing in the world. And in my opinion, it looks a little better if you pull up the sleeve than leaving it all the way down. The sleeves are a little loose around the cuff and they're not tight. And just like the short sleeve tee, you can see here that there's a lot of excess fabric when you raise your hand because of the augmented seam. It's not a bad long sleeve t-shirt, but there is some excess room in certain places that I wouldn't like it to be. Alright, so now that we've tried it on, I'm going to give you guys my honest thoughts and opinions on the Aetos Apparel line. To be honest with you, the pieces are just okay and they're nothing spectacular. I really love Alex Costa. At the end of the day, he's a great YouTuber and gives great style advice and fashion tips, but there's still a lot of improvement that could be made on the Aetos Apparel line. Considering that it's just the first collection and it was a large pre-order, I think that they're going to make a lot of improvements from here on out. So I think the best way I can show you guys the problems I have with this t-shirt is by comparing it to other established brands. I'm going to be using Cuts, Essentials, and also Gymshark to show you guys what the augmented difference is. First up is the colors. I have this steel blue t-shirt from Cuts over here and the steel blue t-shirt from Aetos Apparel. Do you guys see the difference on camera? Obviously you guys can see here that the Cuts one is substantially darker than the Aetos Apparel one. It's really hard to get colors down on the first try, but this one was a pretty big miss for me. I do feel like as time goes on and other collections are dropped, they'll get their color palettes down right. As I mentioned a little earlier in the video, I actually had a problem with the tag. Now I'm going to show you what that problem was. When we flip it over to the back, you guys can see the dark seam lines that are actually outlines of the tag. There's only 2 over here and they're kind of shabbily done. It's also important to note that they use black thread on all the t-shirts. You can even see it visibly poking out over here. Now we have the Cuts label over here. As you guys can see, all 4 sides of the tag are visibly sewn down. When we flip it over to the back, you can see that the tag still shows, but the color of the thread actually matches the t-shirt. This is important, actually hiding tag placement. Unlike Aetos Apparel and Cuts, it might be a better idea to actually just print the brand on the inside so the tag doesn't bother you. Since they are daily essentials, they're going to get a lot of wear and sometimes tags just get in the way. Now let's talk about the neckline. Once again, I'm going to use the Essentials tee to show you guys what I mean about the neckline. Personally, I find the thicker necklines more flattering compared to the thin ones. Now the neckline thing is a personal preference, so I'm going to show you guys the biggest problem I have with the neckline using the Cuts tee. So this is the Cuts one on screen right now. Now that collar thing is just a preference, but let me show you guys the biggest difference and problem I have with the collar. As you can see, the Cuts one is in the front and the Aetos Apparel one is in the back. Can you guys see the difference in the collar on the inside between the Cuts and the Aetos Apparel one? The Cuts one is dual reinforced over here and actually hides the stitch marks. This will help the t-shirt keep its shape and also make sure that the neckline doesn't droop over time. And since the Aetos Apparel one is just a single stitch, I actually don't think that it will hold its shape over time compared to the Cuts tee. What you guys are seeing on screen right now is my $19 Gymshark tee in the same size as the Aetos Apparel one. The reason I'm showing you guys this t-shirt is because it features the same Augmented Essentials seam coming towards the front, which helps build a slimmer appearance. Another thing to note is how the shoulder seams are. Granted that this was made for workout performances, but as you guys can see when I lift up my arms, the excess fabric isn't as great as the Aetos Apparel one. I think in the future, if they had a seam like this, it would actually help improve the appearance of the t-shirt and actually create a more flattering shape for the individual wearing it. And as you guys can see here, this is how the sleeve looks. It hugs my arm entirely in the front and the back. Now granted, Gymshark is a more athletic clothing line. The main focus of Aetos Apparel was supposed to be the Augmented Essentials part. I'm showing you guys a $19 alternative that is able to achieve this a lot better than the $40 USD one if you're not able to afford it. Now I know that was really in depth and I was being really critical about it, but there's a lot of improvements that can be taken from this and applied to future collections. Another reason I'm being so critical about it is because of the price point. Since this is a high tier price point, I do expect a lot from it. At the end of the day, everyone's body is different and the Aetos Apparel one might look great on you, but as you guys saw on screen, it's not the best one for me. I do feel like there's currently cheaper alternatives on the market, and even the 3 ones I showed you guys on screen, Cuts, Essentials, and even Gymshark t-shirts without the logo look great on body. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the Aetos Apparel line, and I look forward to seeing more collections by Alex Costa in the future. So those were my thoughts and opinions. Let me know what your thoughts on the Aetos collection were if you picked it up. And since this was only the first drop from Aetos Apparel, I do think that Alex Costa and his team will come up with more quality pieces in the future collections. That is it for this week's video, guys. As always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.